Good morning. Today is Monday, July 6th, and the topic for today is identifying fear. The chief activator of our defects has been self-centered fear. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 76. When I feel uncomfortable, irritated, or depressed, I look for fear. This evil and corroding thread is the root of my distress. Fear of failure, fear of others' opinions, fear of harm, and many other fears. I have found a higher power who does not want me to live in fear, and as a result, the experience of AA in my life is freedom and joy. I am no longer willing to live with the multitude of character defects that characterized my life while I was drinking. Step 7 is my vehicle to freedom and from these defects. I pray for help in identifying the fear underneath the defects, and then I ask God to relieve me of that fear. This method works for me without fail and is one of the great miracles of my life in Alcoholics Anonymous. He says, I identify the fear underneath the defect, and then I ask God to relieve me of that fear. I can understand a newcomer coming in and seeing and hearing all of this and being a little bit confused by what it is that we're talking about, because really in the beginning, all you really want to do is make sure that you're not drinking today and getting through all of that. But what we're talking about here, when we're talking about the character defects and fear and identifying fear and then getting to the root of that fear, it's kind of like what you feel in the beginning of your sobriety, is that we are filled with fear. So I woke up this morning and I don't remember what I did yesterday because I was drinking, or I have all these fears of what my family is saying about me, what people did last night, if who saw me drunk, blah, 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 blah. That kind of underlying understanding of constant fear, constant confusion, constant, I don't trust myself because I don't know what I did yesterday. There's that fear. And then when we get sober, we have a continual fear, which of how am I going to repair this, blah, blah, blah. And then on top of that, we're kind of just used to that uncomfortable feeling. So I remember being kind of bored. I'm kind of bored. Why am I so bored? Oh, because, my mind isn't racing about what I did yesterday because I remember everything. Or I talked to my family today and they seemed good. And so we do actually have this fear underlining. And when we have that fear of different things, let's say what we're talking about in this reading was the self-centered, selfish feeling, because we're like, oh, everyone's talking about us, no one cares about us, or all of that. So what we do is we take a fear and we go to the root of it and what that fear actually means. And the fear isn't oh, I'm afraid of spiders. We're talking about the fear of my son's in the Navy, and he's out there right now and doing all the things, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and as a result of that, I have no control, which makes me scared. I have no control over his safety, and he's, so I can go from that fear of, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on, to realizing that my real fear is that I have no control. And then realizing that I have no control, what do? I pray to my higher power and I ask him to protect and to help me feel calm and joyful and live in the moment and do what I can here and be ready for him when he comes back and stay sober through it all, so that when he does come home, he'll have a sober friend and a sober family, and it won't be a hot mess when he walks in the door. So I hope that helps a little bit understanding the fear inventory, the underlining character defects, and going into the fear inventory and what that is all about. But also, if you're new to recovery, just kind of acknowledging it. Don't try and rush into all these analyzings and stuff. It's just oh yeah, I have this constant fear feeling, and if I'm not fearful, I feel uncomfortable. if that's you. And if it's not, that's good too. But I'd be surprised. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this reading today. We'll see you tomorrow.